Well, hello, folks. Today we're going to talk about an issue we're having with our Generac generator. In fact, we have a repeated issue with this generator. Now, we live about 8 miles out in the country, and in just a minute, I'll tell you a little bit about the issues we have. There's a lot of pluses for living in the country. Uh,
And there's some minuses. We
yep,
live where there's trees that constantly knock the power lines down, and we are last on the line because we're rural and very few people are out here. So we're not as important.
right. So, an issue we're having, these things come with a power board. You know, they're nice when they first install them and lights go off in 45 seconds. This generator comes on. Generac operates on a propane tank. We have a 250-gallon propane tank right there in the corner, as you can see.
And I love it. It has worked wonderful to me, but like Joe is saying, this thing that keeps burning out on it has cost us quite a lot, and I really and truly loved it and wanted it working. But I did everything I could do, researched on, tried to go around it. So this is our temporary fix.
So Harbor Freight had a 13,000 kW generator, a tri-power generator. It operates off propane, natural gas, or gasoline. So I ran over, actually, I went online and found where one would be closest to us, and I found one in a town about an hour and a half away, Brookhaven, Mississippi. So I ran over there and got this thing. And because this is our fourth panel that has burned up in this Generac generator. How many years have we had it?
I say longer than you say. I'm saying about 8 to 10 years, but I really believe 8 to 10 years.
Okay. Well, anyway, it just seems like if you get a power surge and it's grounded, folks, we've got like two or three ground rods out there around it. One electrician said you might need to actually build a circle of
Triangle is what he
a
said.
triangle of grounding rods around it, but that just doesn't seem right.
Well, I do know that his mother's house is right up the road from ours. In years past, she is the one who got the lightning. Now, she has since passed away, and the same things that were out there are not there, and it seemed to start coming to our house after that.
Well, anyway,
So,
we do have lightning strikes. Doesn't hit the house, hits the ground or a tree. And it seems like if lightning hits out there, that not directly but indirectly, it or a power surge burns this control panel out. Now I can call the service company, and about $1,200 they'll come out. And it's just a plug and play piece that they put in. It's just the power board that controls the generator. And so I just I had them replace it once, and it's so simple. So I would just order them and replace them myself. But I think that power board, that power panel runs about $700, and I'm just tired of working on it. So,
and you could also say that you tried to buy another one online, and they were supposed to repair the power board for us. Well, they did not do that. They just sent us another power board back and said, sorry, we can't fix it.
well, no, actually, they kept my power board. They were going to charge me to send it back.
Oh, right.
So I don't know what they did. They may have just took my power board and fixed it and sold it. I don't have a clue what they did. But they made these claims they could repair them just no matter what. I sent it to them, and they didn't contact me back. And finally, I called repeatedly, and they said, oh, we can't fix it. So I don't know about that. I don't know what the deal on that was. But
And
anyway.
let me add this, and if you're watching Joe right now, I can assure you, every time he does anything with power, because I watch him too, but he is very careful to make sure that everything is cut off, and he tests it multiple times with his tester over and over. Just so, in case you're watching and wondering, what is he doing with all those wires? He'll tell you.
So anyway, I am not an electrician. I'm not a certified electrician, but as a teenager, I worked with my cousin who was an electrician. And to me, electrical, it's just very, very simple. I wired this house. I put in my own heating and cooling. To me, wiring is very simple. But, some things we understand easier than others. And this seems to be very simple to me. So anyway, this is the Generac auto switch that I'm working on right now. So what I'm doing, I'm disconnecting the auto switch from the Generac generator. Now, before I go on, I will tell you, I did disconnect the main panel. So over here on the power feed from the power company, I disconnected or cut off the main switch. So if for some reason, even though they said it would be 8 o'clock tonight before it comes back on, if for some reason they, by a miracle, they got the power back on, it would not feed and you know, burn me up here.
Yep.
So it's cut off. Plus the other switch, it's got two actual safety switches that are cut off before it even get to what I'm working on. So
And you tested it too.
right, I
saw
do.
you.
I have a tester, so I always test before I touch. You know, if you touch without testing, that could end your life. And hey, I'm ready. I know the Lord, but I also want to see my grandchildren grow up here. But anyway, so what I'm doing right now, I'm actually stripping the wiring harness. I went to Home Depot and bought a wire, a 4-strand wire that will run from the Harbor Freight generator, the little Predator generator, and I'm tying it into the auto switch here. Now, guys, no, it will not auto switch with this generator, but all we have to do when I get through here is plug this generator in, flip 2 switches, cut it on, and this 13 kW will run portions of our house.
Right. It will do the important things. We were able to stay cool, and I actually cooked some supper, and of course we had our internet and television and a few other things going.
So basically what we do, when we kind of do a soft start when I crank the generator up, so we cut off the central air, we cut the water well off, we cut all the heavy appliances and things that would draw a lot of current off, and we would incrementally cut them on. So when she did go to cook, we just cut the AC off. And now we have a geothermal heating and cooling system out here, so we do have our own water well. So folks, you know, people that have town water, when they lose power, they still have water. But when we lose power, we lose our water well, and I love my water. I can't stand not having water. But anyway, so this generator runs a hot water heater. It runs the well, so we were able to shower, a warm shower bath, able to cook, able to enjoy the comforts of our air conditioning. Again, my wife said internet, that doesn't draw much current. All the lights work without any problem.
Well, I'm just saying, the comforts of home. I was not a believer. I'll be honest with you. I was not happy about him going and buying this generator because in my mind, it just would not do the job. But I was wrong.
Okay, so let me ask for some advice, and maybe some of you out there have done this before. In my mind, I believe I can bypass this garbage that Generac puts on this generator because it's got a good motor. It's a 22,000 kW. It generates power perfectly, very strong to run the whole house. But I'm just sick of these electronic control panels going out. So what I want to do, and again, this is where I need some advice. I've got this little generator that will hold us off temporarily, and I don't consider this to be a permanent fix, but I consider it to get us through. So what I want to do, I want to gut this generator house, and I want to take out, which I've already taken out the control panel, but I want to take out all the electronics in it. And I want to have it like a lawnmower. Go out there with a key and just crank the thing up, flip a switch, and the generator runs. I'm not worried about the auto switch. I don't mind going out there and flipping pushing a button and cranking the generator. That's no big deal. And so if you guys have ever bypassed what I'm going to call the electronic garbage that Generac puts on these things, please comment or share a video with me and let me know how you did it, if it worked. I just, in my mind, believe it can work because the motor, there's nothing wrong with the motor. There's nothing wrong with the generator itself producing electricity. It's just the control panel and the electronics. To me, and I'm going to say this, sorry Generac, you make them to fail. And I'm just one that I believe when you pay this kind of money for something, you shouldn't have this kind of garbage you're putting out that doesn't last. So anyway, that's my opinion.
Yeah, and we do have lightning trouble. We will say that. And the panel had partly gone out, right? Because it wouldn't auto switch anymore first. And so we were having to push the button.
Okay, let me back up on that one. Okay. So my last panel I bought, I did not buy a Generac panel. I bought an aftermarket panel. And hey, it was $500 versus $700. So I said, you know what? Let me try that. Well, yes, it worked. The generator would crank, it would run, it would charge. But for whatever reason, that panel would not auto switch. So it would not auto come on. When our lights went out, it wouldn't just crank up. So we would have to walk out there, raise the hood, and just push the button. Oh boy, that was very hard, wasn't it? No, to me that's nothing. So anyway, or Linda would have to walk out in the rain for 3 minutes, push a button.
It's all right.
And that wasn't a big deal. And the auto switch, though, we didn't have to cut off the main power or anything like that, because it would switch to the generator. It just wouldn't auto crank.
Right.
So anyway, that's just watch us as we go through this process.
Okay, here we are a few minutes later, and we have this generator hooked up and running partially. And all I can say is I was wrong. This thing works.
All right, so what we've got, we went ahead and we powered it on. We hooked it up as you saw, and we cut everything on in increments in the house. We didn't just cut everything on at once, because that, when you do that, you would overload the generator. So we did what we call a soft start. We went inside, we cut off some main things like the AC, we had the dryer off, we had the stove off. We even cut the hot water heater off, because the hot water heaters are 220, and also we cut the water well off. So what I did, once I cranked it up and tested the load, we went back in and we cut one thing on a time, and the generator actually responded real well. So what I'm doing now, I took the panel off the main breaker, and I wanted to be sure there was no back feed. But the Generac switch itself, when you switch the generator, it disconnects the feed to the power company. So technically, I will not even have to cut this main power off, because the Generac auto switch actually does that for us. But what I've got it running under full load, and I'm just double, triple, quadruple checking, because the last thing I want to do is have a back feed to the power company, or have a feed from the power company that was to come on, the generator was to come on and burn something up. But with this control panel, you can only switch from one to another. You can't have them both on at the same time. So there's no way you can have the generator running, producing power to the house, and the power company, because it only will go with one option. Option A, power company. Option B, generator. Now, yes, with the control panel that always burn out on the Generac generator, it did it automatically, but this thing has a manual switch. So I have disconnected the auto switch, and we just do it manually. Like I said, A, utility power, B, generator power. And so that's what we did. So I'm just double checking this to be sure it's all well. Guys, this thing has been running for a pretty good while now.
Right.
We loaded it up. And it seems to be doing great. And actually, now this video obviously is posted later. This is about 3 or 4 days after we actually did this. And you know what? I'll have to say it performed well. What did you think?
I was really surprised. Like I said, I was wrong. Every time he would tell me about getting
stop.
this.
Wait, you were wrong?
I was wrong. I was wrong. I'm saying I was wrong.
No.
I don't say that too often. That's what Joe says. But anyway, I just couldn't believe the other smaller generator would actually work for what we need. So if you're like us and you're like, I hear a lot of people saying, I can't get a generator. We're not promoting any brand or any store or anything.
No, we're not.
But, it is a possibility. So maybe do a little research on it yourself if you're not ready to invest several $1,000s into a home.
They say now, if you had someone come in and hook up that Generac generator with the auto switch and everything, I've heard quotes from anywhere from $9,000 to $14,000. And that's just crazy.
On the area you're in,
and yes, it does depend on the area. I didn't pay but $1,200 for this Predator generator at Harbor Freight. Now, I am not sponsored by anyone. Nobody sponsors me at all.
Nobody didn't get a coupon.
Oh, I didn't even get a cap. Well, wait, I take that back. They did give me a cap, but I'm not promoting Harbor Freight's caps.
No, they'll
I'm not need to wear a cap showing hiding my bald head. But no, hey guys, I am very pleased with this. But please, if you guys have bypassed the Generac garbage, what in my opinion, garbage, please contact me. Please leave some comments, because I'm determined to get this figured out. Well, I'm wrapping it up now, and hopefully in the next few months, I'll be able to post a video showing where I've got that old Generac generator producing on a manual switch without that control panel garbage.
But we do need a little help, so give us some help.
Yep, give us some help. Guys, thank you. As you can see, I'm going no. I appreciate you watching. Please like, subscribe. Let me know, guys. Again, thank you. More to come later.